Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. It's Wiccan Wednesday, and Psychic Bob's hanging out with the geese. Look at these beautiful geese here that are right here on the lawn outside my home. Aren't they beautiful? Yay! Whenever the Canadian geese come, I always say it's a sign of good luck, and they're very friendly. They tend to like people, and they're used to us. Hello, boo-boos. You gonna say hi to Bubby Ray? So you can walk right up to them. They don't mind. They're out here, and like me, they're worshiping our Sun Lord. There's our Sun Lord, high in the sky, looking beautiful. Well, welcome to Wiccan Wednesday. We're going to have a lot of fun today, so just hang out with us. Hey, boo-boos, how are you? Oh, aren't they precious? I love the geese. There they are. You're walking in the sun? You worshiping the Sun Lord today? Oh, yes. Birds of a feather flock together. I love the geese, and I love the Sun Lord, so it's going to be a good day. Today we're going to talk about the mystical gemstone, the Brown Agate. But before we do that, we're going to have some lunch. Anyways, I'm walking along here, and I was going to tell you guys, if you're into minerals, to crystals and gems, you don't always have to go buy expensive ones. Sometimes just sitting on the ground around you are amazing stones. Now look down here. Here are some beautiful stones. These are wonderful. These all can be used in magic. You don't have to just go buy fine cut crystals or, special ones. Our stones outside, many of them contain quartz crystal. They have silica in them. They're just amazing. And the witches of old didn't have access to all the fancy gems we do today so easily. So a lot of times they just walk in the woodland and find rocks. Now look at these big stones here. A lot of these, if you break them open inside, they're crystalline. They're quartz crystals inside. Look, in fact, sitting right here, I can't dig it out, but there's a big quartz crystal right there. You can see it sparkling. Isn't that interesting? So notice that all around you are treasures of Mother Earth, just waiting to be gathered. Anyways, our Sun Lord is shining down and sparkling on the stones today, and isn't it a blessing? Well, let's go on along. I've got my trusted Louis Vuitton bag with me today, and as you can see on my bag, I have a bag charm. Isn't that beautiful? When I took my bag in to have her repaired, the lady at the shop said, "Oh my God, are those diamonds?" I said, "No, they're cubic zirconia." But it brings up an interesting point that many people, oops, hold on, my charm's tangled up here. Many people today use cubic zirconia as a substitute for diamonds. And now some people say, well, those are fake stones. No, they're not. They're actually zircon stones, but they're lab grown. They're all the pure substance of an actual zircon. And zircon has been a historical substitute for diamonds. So if you want to work with the energy of the diamond, which you'll probably have to do an entire video on, you can use cubic zirconias. And that is a valid substitute. So, another thing to think about when we're working with gems and crystals. But that's my little charm bag. I got my little pentagram charm and jewels on my Louis Vuitton bag. And I think it looks great. Well, I'm over here near the Indian restaurant. And this is one of their cool community things that they do here. This is called the Little Free Library. And they put in these little kiosks. It's sitting outside, just here in the neighborhood. And it says, take a book, share a book. So you can come here if you want a reading material. At any point, you can open this, and you can get a free book. Let's see what all that, oh, that looks like the Warrior Queen. That might be neat. They have all sort of books. And so you can get a book. I think Psychic Bob should bring some of his books over here. Maybe I'll bring some of my published works and put it in there to help people. So there you go. Isn't that a cool thing? I don't know, I kind of like it. Anyways, we are going to the Indian restaurant today. PsychicBob is hungry, and I want some Indian food. I need it after my stressful morning. I had a really bad morning. I was scheduled for readings. By the way, for those of you who schedule readings with me, we are all rescheduling. I apologize for the issues. The NSA hacked my computer. They hacked my phone. They hacked my cell phone. They hacked my email. I've had no communications this morning. But that's life. Anyways, we're just, when you can't do anything, you can't do anything. You just got to let it go. So we're going to go have some lunch, chillax, and see where the day takes us. Come on along. And here we are outside London Curry House. I hope they're open today. Looks like the lights are on. I think I see people. But let's go on in and get ourselves some good food. Look at this. They got recognized by Cheap Eats Washingtonian Magazine, one of the best Diner's Choice in 2019. So that's pretty good. Hello, how are you? Good. I'm trying to see if my table's available.
Yes, of course.
Yay. Would you like to say hi to my YouTubers?
Hello.
Tell them your name if you will.
My name is Anushka. I work in London Curry House, and we just love Bob.
Aw, you're so sweet. Is she great? Anushka. I love her name. It's a Russian name, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't that amazing? So you're part Russian, part Nepalese?
No, just Nepalese.
Nepalese, okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's my usual table. I think y'all are going to put my name on it one of these days, aren't you?
In here, right?
There they go. Thank you so much. When we get back home, I'm going to show you my other parts of my agate collection. But today I am wearing a brown agate ring. And brown agate is incredibly protective. This is a traditional witch practice to wear brown agate rings. So if you feel like you're up against a hostile situation, like a work situation or aggressive people, you might want to wear a ring made of brown agate. This one is a Botswana agate, banded agate. As you can see, it's brown and gray and white, kind of a creamy brown. It's a really lovely stone, one that I recommend. So I thought it'd be easier to see it if I took it off. So as you can see, this one is set in a copper setting. It's wire wrapped. Copper looks really good with brown agates, I think. But this one is a kind of a creamy white and grayish brown. What's the color? Taupe. Taupe is like a brown with a gray undertone. It's got a taupe undertone. Anyways, just a really beautiful agate. And agates, I'll tell you one thing about agate stones is that if you see one that you like, just buy it if you can afford it, because I guarantee you they're so unique and special. Each of my agates is totally different, but they're each wonderful, and I've never seen the same stone twice. So there you go. Whoops, I'm dropping it. I'll set it here on my Louis Vuitton card case. This is a nice little padded case that'll cushion the ring. There you go. So there's a brown agate wire wrapped ring. Oh, Tubies, my lunch arrived. I am so excited. I got beautiful Indian tandoori chicken, salad, and some rice. Oh, and of course I got my southern iced tea here. Oh, I'm loving it. PsychicBob is crazy about Indian food. You've got to come to London Curry House when you're in Alexandria. It is simply the best. It's got my vote, 5 out of 5. Oh, got to add a little rice here to the chicken. Oh, it's simply the best. You just can't imagine how good the food is here. It is gourmet. Oh my God, this looks so awesome. The best. Take a look, PsychicBob's eating salad. Isn't their salad pretty? It's so colorful. I love colorful salads. This is really, really healthy. PsychicBob's eating healthy. Ah, Tubies, that was a great lunch. Time for a nap, huh? I might curl up over there on the sofa. Anyways, I want to show you my latest jewelry. A lot of you say Bob every day. You say, what are you wearing? We want to see your jewelry. And the truth is, I am a jewelry addict and I wear something practically new every single day. Oh well, we all have one addiction in life. So let's look at my newest jewelry. Now I always wear a chain every day. This is my sterling silver box chain, which I love box chains because they just sparkle and they're beautiful. But on my chain today, I'm wearing two new pendants actually. This is a new pentacle that I got that has the gemstone Carnelian in it. It's done in sterling silver with a Carnelian. And then this next to it is a little Carnelian gemstone. So now Carnelian, we'll probably do a whole video on that. Maybe Friday, depends on if my other stuff comes in. I've ordered some more Carnelians that I want to show you guys. But if we don't have them by Friday, we'll do it next Wednesday. But Carnelian's an amazing stone. As I said, we're going to do a whole separate video on that. But for right now, just know that it's a beautiful reddish orange stone that attunes to the fire element. Some people say that Carnelian is associated with the planet Mars, and some people say it's associated with the planet of the Sun. I kind of think of it more as Martian. To me, it just feels Martian, but that's my opinion. Maybe you've worked with it. But we're going to do, as I said, a whole nother video on Carnelian. So today we're going to get back to our original topic, which was the Brown Agate. Both of these are magical stones, and I'll talk in just a little while how they're interconnected. So there you go. For those of you who say, what are you wearing today? Say Bob, I'm wearing that. Carnelian. Oh, and by the way, something I'm going to show you about this pinnacle, which you may not have been able to see while it was lying down, but this is a convex pinnacle, or that side's concave. It's domed. Let's see if you can see it on the side. You see how it's curved? It's like a domed pendant. I just think that's really cool looking. I used to have another one of these. Actually, I had two. I had one in amethyst with an amethyst gem, and the other at a moonstone. Unfortunately, when my house was robbed, those pentacles were stolen. I don't know how people think they're going to get ahead stealing the jewelry of a witch. Like they're going to have any magic or power with that. But anyways, so yeah, isn't that interesting? See the curvature and how that sets up? It's like a bowl-shaped pendant. I just think that's kind of neat. So there you go. Silver pentacle and Carnelian. Well, Tubies, that was a great lunch. I had the best time over at London Curry House. By the way, there is our Sun Lord shining, looking amazing. Hail, Sun Lord, hail! Well, let's go on home. We got to talk about the mystical Brown Agate. Come on along. Well, guys, while we're heading home, we're right here beside the mystical Moon Temple. And I thought I'd show it to you. One of my favorite mystical sacred places. Isn't it just beautiful? Love the Moon Temple. It could also be the Sun Temple, because right up there is our sacred Sun Lord shining down. Isn't it lovely? Those of you who've been following me for a while, you know about this place. It's a mystical place where I love to come to meditate and do rituals to the ancient goddess. It's done in the traditional Greco-Roman style, and it sits right in the middle of this neighborhood. But amazingly, I never see anybody here. I've come here, done rituals right inside the temple, watched the moon rise, the moon set, and today I'm watching the Sun Lord from it. A sacred and magical and mystical place. Hail Isis, hail goddess of the moon. Hail her majesty's holy and mystical temple. Hail. As many of you know, I'm setting up an altar to the Green Man, which I'll show you soon. But as I'm walking by, I see this lush greenery here outside this house. This is the sort of place where you could look and spy the face of the Green Man. Sometimes you'll be looking in greenery and you will literally see a face form with eyes. That's the spirit of the Green Man. Do you see the Green Man here today? Well, Tubies, we got a really wonderful day, a clear day. Our Sun Lord is looking amazing. and I thought we'd do a blessing of my new jewelry. Because this red carnelian is attuned to Martian and solar energies, it's a fire stone, I thought we would offer it up to the Sun Lord. So let us hold up our jewelry here, and before our mystic Sun Lord, I say, Mystic Sun Lord, bring your power of fire down. May these gemstones be infused with your mystic light. And may wherever I wear them, they remind me of your power. And may you, by shining your light on these gems today, grant me your protection, blessing, and presence always. So mote it be. Hail to the Sun Lord. Hail. And hail to our Sun Lord. There's our beautiful jewelry, sparkling and shining. You see, using the natural elements to bless your charms is a great way to infuse power in them. Well, 2B, PsychicBob's back home safe and sound. I got on my carnelian pendants that I blessed in the sun. Anyways, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Well, we're going to talk about another gem that I'm crazy about, the brown agate. Not to worry, in the next week we'll talk about carnelian, but today we're going to talk about brown agate. So, as I've said, we're going to talk about the brown agate today. This is the witch's stone par excellence, and any witch that was worth being a witch always had a brown agate. Before we get into this, though, let me put some pictures of brown agate up here so you can see a little more closely what we're talking about. These are various forms of brown agate gemstones. Check these out. So as you see, the agate is a beautiful stone, takes many forms, particularly in its brown variety. Now, the Witch's Almanac, which I love, puts out a book called Magic Charms. This is published by the Witch's Almanac. I'm not being endorsed by them, but I do love them. And in here they have a section on agate. This is set up alphabetically, different charms. So I thought I'd read for you a little bit about the agate stone. I should probably preface this by saying we're going to talk about different types of agate in the coming weeks. Even though today we're focusing on the brown agate, agate overall is a powerful stone. So let's listen to what the Witch's Almanac has to say. Agate, a wide variety of virtues have been attributed to agate. It is said to protect the wearer from all hazards, make warriors strong, speakers persuasive, cure insomnia, and ensure pleasant dreams, avert storms, and offer protection and cure to almost any ailment. Agate is a stone of mercury. It goes on, it says, there are several types of agates, each with its own particular values. The red or blood agate gives protection against spiders and scorpions. The green agate cures any eye ailment and is said that if a woman drinks the water a green agate ring has been washed in, she'll never be sterile. Gray agate is worn around the neck to prevent stiff necks and ward off colic. The brown agate, now here's the part I want you to listen to. The brown agate is the most powerful and the most popular. It is regarded as a virtual panacea responsible for everything from increasing intelligence and wealth to curing watery eyes. In the middle of the 19th century, there was a tremendous demand for agate amulets in the Sudan. Black or brown agates with white rings in the center were especially popular. The ring was regarded as an eye, and the amulets were worn to neutralize the evil eye or as a symbol of guardian spirit watching over the wearer. And here again is my brown agate that I showed you earlier. I do wear this. I find it to be a very powerful protective charm. Now, let's look at some of my other agates. So not only do I have the ring, but I've put out here on this Tiffany's plate. By the way, if you like Tiffany's, they used to sell these plates. I don't know if they still do. This one's like 20 years old, but I thought it makes a nice backdrop for these. So we have my brown agate ring, which we'll put here. The rest of my agates are pendants, but these are all brown agates. This is a beautiful wrapped agate. It's brown and white, as you can see. It's done in sterling silver wrap. Just beautiful. This also is an agate. This is kind of a creamy, milky brown. A lot of times you'll find kind of a taupe and white or gray undertone with the brown, which makes it soft and smooth, kind of like coffee. I think when I bought this, they actually called it a coffee agate. And that's another term you can look up, coffee agate. But I love this. It's kind of modern form. It looks kind of 1950s deco, which I think is cool. This one is very exotic. This is an agate from Botswana in Africa. And the Botswana agates are particularly beautiful because they have very dramatic banding. And the country of Botswana is famous for its agate exports. I have a friend who lives in Botswana. Heather, if you're watching this today, I'm sending out love to you. I'm going to come to Botswana and go shopping for agates. I think you'd like that too. We'll go shopping together. Anyways, Heather, if you watch this, I'm dying to come to Africa and hang out with you. So there we go. There's my brown agate from Botswana. In the United States, by the way, you should know that the state of Montana is very famous for its agates. This actually agate may be from Montana. It looks very much like the Montana agates. They tend to be more solid color, but they have subtle grays and white undertones. I'm not 100% sure. I think that's from Montana. Okay, this is a Botswana agate. That's a Botswana. This ring is Botswana. All of these are Botswana because they, again, put out the most beautiful agates. That's where I buy most of mine from. Now, this is the one I wore yesterday in the video where I was advertising about today's. They called this one a caramel agate because it's kind of got a golden undertone in the brown if you look at it. And it's like caramel sauce. You ever seen caramel you pour over your ice cream or have in chocolate bars? This is called a caramel agate. It actually looks good. Makes you, like when I first saw it, I thought, oh, it looks like a sweet. I want to eat it. I think it'd be rather crunchy though. So PsychicBob probably is not going to eat his agate. Don't worry, I've not become that obsessed over it. And this is another Botswana agate, which is just beautiful. You can see the striking banding. This also has kind of a caramel color. I don't know if this was called a caramel agate, but it certainly got that tone to it. So as you can see, the exotic varieties of agate are just something. Now, as I said, it is a traditional witch charm. And if you want to work with the agate, really all you need to do is get it and bless it. Now, according to the Witch's Almanac, it's a stone of Mercury. And Mercury is an air element, so it deals with elements of air. So what you want to do, and I've done this already, is when you want to bless your agates, just pass them through incense. Now, some people have said that agate is a fire stone. I've heard each one, and I've actually heard all the elements attributed to it. One person told me it's an earth stone because it's brown color. Another told me it's a fire stone, that all, agates are fire stones. And then this book says it's an air stone. So I think it's kind of up in the air which element it is. I tend to relate to agate more as an earth stone or a fire stone. That's just me. But I have consecrated all these through incense. Whichever element talks to you, that's how you want to pull the energy. So if you think of agate as a fire stone, it'd be good to pass it through a flame of a candle. Or like we did earlier with the carnelian, take it outside and consecrate it under the sunlight. By the way, I consecrated those carnelians earlier in the video under the sunlight because carnelian is a fire stone. Now, what's the connection between carnelian and brown agate? Carnelian is actually a form of agate. It's an orange or a red agate. So it's attuned to fire energy. They say that this one is attuned to air or earth energy. I really don't think it matters. I think really when we get down to it, all the elements are ultimately interconnected no matter what you got. But if you like agates, you might want to invest in a brown agate. Brown agate, as I said, is a witch stone. And you will find that by working with this stone, it increases your protection and your psychic energy. So anyways, I have my agates sitting here before the Lord and the Lady. I just got this recently. This is a beautiful card. It's still in its package. I bought it from England, and it's a pagan card. You see the green man and the green woman, the god and the goddess, and there's the sun in the background, or the moon, or the plants rising. I think it's a very mystical card. I'm going to frame this and put this on my green man altar. But I had it sitting out here. I wanted to show it to you guys today. Isn't it just lovely? I hope you can see that. We got a little bit of glare here. But there it goes, and there's our agates. So, there's a little bit about the mystical brown agate. Well, guys, I have so enjoyed being here with you today, and I hope you've had some fun along the way as well. Listen, tell me in the box below, have you ever worn a brown agate? Do you have a brown agate? Have you ever seen a brown agate? Or maybe you have a particular gemstone that you like. What is your favorite magical gemstone? Tell me in the box below. You guys are best. Anyways, so there you go. Also, I want to remind you, make sure to look below this video and see if you see my web store. A lot of you have been picking up t-shirts. I'm so excited. We're going to have more products coming soon, so definitely check back with us. But get your Psychic Bob t-shirt today. Well, guys, thank you for being here today. I have had such a fun time. Listen, if you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, give me a call at my office number, 703-825-3929. We'll find a way to get you on. And yeah, you can also write to me in my official email. All these links will be below. PsychicBobHickman@gmail.com. My email's below. Let's connect and let's see what the Spirit has for you. Well, guys, we'll see you back here tomorrow. It's going to be, what's tomorrow? Vlog Thursday. I don't know what we're doing, but we'll always have some sort of adventure. Just be here. Please help me out. Like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, hit subscribe, be part of our channel. We would love for you to be here. You guys are the best. I love you. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Vlog Thursday. And until then, may all of you always blessed be.